So this is the next image in the exercise. So let's knock it out. It's metric part 2. I'm working off a printed copy and the text didn't print very well. But it's kind of fun to model these simple parts. So I'm going to start with the base. So your base feature, you want to always figure out what makes the most sense to build off of. I'm going to start with the bottom. And we'll do a center point rectangle. Uh, 120 by 42. And that goes up 10. So that's the base. I'm going to do, let's do this piece and the back piece next. It looks like there's a rib maybe in the back. So I'll do a midpoint to midpoint, get the little dots. And I'm going to take it all the way up to the center, I think. So we'll cut it away with the hole afterwards. That'll give us a center point for that hub. I think it says 105. And then we'll put that rib here. It's probably a 5 as well, just right down the middle. Let's project you and you. That's too much work. Let's just do a midpoint again. And this is 42. And I'm just going to tell it to go to here. And we'll put that circle on. We'll do the circle next, and then maybe that top. I'll try to get all of the solid body done, and then we'll come back. So this looks like it's 44, and this is 42. So it's sticking out 3 past. And we can do that with one extrusion. And because I took this up to the top, that center point's my circle. When I extruded this up, I took it to the 105. So that's a fully constrained sketch. That's all we need. And we're going to say both directions asymmetrical. We want to go 3 in that direction and 42 in that one. And let's put the, I guess we could put the little rib on here. No, I can't read it. I'm 5, I guess. And I'll do the piece sticking out here, so that's going to be another midplane. Project off the... Ooh, I'm not going to be able to project off the top. So I'll go off of the center. I'm going to take that to the center, even though it doesn't have to be that high. And I'm not given a side-to-side dimension. Actually, I think I'm to assume it's 3, like the rest of it. And a radius of 14. And then off of center is 42. Should be it. And that's going to be symmetrical. And 32 and a 3-inch gap. So 32 times 2 plus a 3-inch gap. That doesn't work out. Oh, I know why. Yeah, I know why. So this circle is not actually connected there. It's actually bigger. It is 70. There's our problem. And we'll just start adding some holes to this sucker. So we'll do a concentric hole on him. That is 60. And another concentric hole on him. That is 12. And then when I got 2 holes like this, there's going to be 2 holes on this base. This is how I like to do that. Because they're centered, I usually draw a line. And turn those to center points. And then I do a coincident from midpoint to origin. And then I only need 1 dimension. I'm fully constrained. And that is not actually the dimension they're giving me. That is 96. It is 90. That's usually how I do pairs of holes, or if it's a 4 holes for a pattern, I'll do a square or rectangle. Throw some fillets on here. So they're not giving us, oh, there it is, it's 16. And then we need the groove, and we got 1 more set of fillets. Let's do that while we're doing fillets. We are not told what that is, so we're gonna say 3 will be my guess. Maybe a little more than that. Let's try 5. That looks pretty good. And then the last one's that same cutout we did on the last part. So come on. Fully constrained. Extrude him. This time I'll hit E. I don't know what I pushed there. So through all cut. Okay. I think that's the part. That is this guy. Let's go to number 3. Number 3 looks like this. We'll do him next. I don't know where I was saving this stuff. Doesn't matter. New metric part. So you want to look at what makes a good starting feature. For this one, everything's kind of offset or mirrored, I guess I should say. So having your origin right in here is good because then we can mirror across already established planes. We don't have to go make a bunch of planes. So really a good base feature for this part is this square in the center. This 50 by 50 square that is 12 wide. That's what I'm going to start with. Then I can do one of these ears, mirror it to the other side when I'm done. So let's do it. 50 by 50 by, I think I said 12. And then we'll do the first ear coming off the top. So that's just going to be a sketch off the top. And circle that is 12.5 times 2. And then line him up. And it's 25 off the side. That's it. Don't trim or anything. You just lose constraints when you trim. Leave it alone. Once you're fully constrained. It doesn't tell me a thickness, but I'm going to assume 12 because it looks like everything else looks like it's 12. And then this hub actually kind of comes on past here. So we'll get our center point, draw a circle, and extrude that up. Seven, if my math is right. We'll measure this after the fact and see if I did my math right. Concentric hole, that is 18, and that's good. We're ready to mirror that to the other side, and because of how we started, we've got planes running right down the center. It's perfect. So mirror, pick all of our features, and mirror it about that plane. All right, so that's the start. Let's see what we have left to do. That's that part. Now we're going to just do the same little ear over here. Looks like it has a little round piece sticking out. And this is 12 plus 25 plus 13. Extrude. All right, so this is, looks like it's 50. Minus 26 divided by 2. And then there is a round piece sticking out here. That is 62 minus 50, so that's coming out 6. Hey, I typed 6. Take it. And then we got some little notches going on here. So the simpler you keep your sketches, the faster you're going to be. You start getting crazy with putting all of these little notches in your profile. The slower you're going to be. So just try to do something simple and get out 25 and 6. So this is 6 by 20. And that is through all cut. Okay. I'm going to mirror that down. And then I'm going to mirror that and that. About you. All right, I think that is that part. Let's go to number 4. New. I gotta fix my standards. I just put 21 on this machine and I haven't got my design data quite right yet. So number 4 is this one. I think this is the last one I'll do and I'll post this video. So base feature. I think I'll just start on this end and work my way across. Yeah, I don't see a side-to-side plane that being that necessary. So I'm going to start here, work my way across. That is 44 by 26 and 16 high. So, hey, get in there. So, 44, 26 by 16. And might as well just put that slot in here while we're here. Yeah, did you see that? I didn't go horizontal. So now I got to clean it up. I'm going to say that midpoint's on that, the center point is on the midpoint horizontally aligned. So that means I only have 2 dimensions that I need. So this is a radius of 9 and 25. And if you got something green, you still have 1 dimension that needs to be constrained. So grab a point and drag it around and see what the problem is. It's not fully constrained. Don't fix it. Don't put it back there and try to fix it. Leave it off so that when you do fix it, in this case I'll add a tangent constraint, you actually see it snap into place and then you know that you fixed it. So this is going to be a cut of 12. All right. Then on the back side there is another rectangle. And I'm not going to draw in the chamfers. Hey, I switched back to my web page and it didn't switch. Don't draw in these chamfers. That's just a bunch of extra work. That's actually a 3D feature. Leave the 3D feature stuff for the 3D environment. So I'm just going to draw another rectangle. Lock the midpoint onto my origin point and dimension them up. So this is 34 by, I think you're to assume it's the same as the other one, so 16. It's 17 deep. And then if you want those chamfers, then you put those chamfers on here. And it's an uneven angle, so that's going to actually pick a face. Then you can pick your two angles. Actually, I don't know the angle, do I? It's an unequal distance. So this is going to come back 15 and go down. See, 16 minus 9. 16 minus 9. I think that's what I'm doing. Just switch its direction, and there's your two chamfers. Probably could have built this into the last step, but I didn't. So this is probably this is 35 and 17. That's going to go up 16. And then I'm going to put a sketch on him and draw two rectangles. And I think two rectangles is the most amount of geometry that you should have in one sketch, if at all possible. Just because there's the rectangles are somewhat already constrained. I think 8 pieces of geometry is okay, but once you start getting into more than that, you're spending too much time in the sketch, not enough time actually modeling. All right, that's going to go to here and not cut. And we'll throw our fillet on here since we're here. It's a radius of 8. And then we've got a loft happening down here with this 8mm radius. So, and then it's going out to a 26, diameter of 26 on the back side. And rather than trim it all up, circles are fine because it's just going to go into the solid. I don't trim stuff up. Pick my one profile, pick my other profile. That's what you're after. Looks like there's a hole through here. So 12.5 from there. And 35 divided by 2. And I think that is part 4. What the heck? Let's do part 5 yet. Let's see what part 6 looks like. I'm not going to do part 6. That's pretty close to, I think. We'll do part 6, part 5 yet. This is a pretty quick one. I'm just going to draw an L, 2 rectangles, dimension them up, extrude it across. Then you put your holes in. There's some fillets. Then I'll pivot a work plane, rotate a work plane around that edge by 60 degrees or 30, depending on how it gives us the dimension. And draw this shape and extrude it down in. This is actually a pretty quick part. So let's do number 5. New metric part. So we're going to do our L shape for starters. Actually, I think I'm going to make that my origin. So there's my L shape. And this is 50. That is 150. Looks like it's 20. And you can just click another dimension, it types it in there for you. So you don't have to type it over and over. Say symmetrical, so we keep our origin in the center. And that's 76 millimeters. And let's just finish off this piece, right? Because this is the trick for someone who doesn't know how to do it. You start work plane, pick your axis, and then you pick the plane you want to reference. Right? That's what you're trying to get to. 60 degrees. Put a sketch on that and project that edge and then draw your half of a slot. And I might have to switch machines because the last video didn't seem to show it, but my mouse is really lagging and jumping, and I think it's because I'm trying to record and this machine's not the best. All right, fully constrained 30. All right, finish sketch. And then when I say extrude, I'm just going to say to next. It finds material on dead ends. I could have also said to and picked that face. And then turn our work plane's visibility off and run some holes through there. And 36 apart on these, 38, and it is 18 off the front edge. And those are 12. Put another sketch on this guy and then pretty much just do the same thing. I mean, this is how I do sets of holes. It's usually I'm a little quicker, but I got this lag that's my mouse is not quite where I think it is. 38 and 34 from the top. All right. Then after that is a bunch of fillets. We are not told what any of the fillets are. Oh, we can see what this one is. So this edge and this edge, we are told what that is, which I'm going to assume is also this one and this one. That's 10. But there's probably a 5 running around these two. Nope, less than that. I'll go with 3. So I think this first fillet, I think I should have also picked that edge. No, I don't believe that's correct. I think that's the 3 like the top. I think that is that part. So what the heck? Let's do number 6. It's kind of fun. L shape. You're going to do a circle of 48, offset a work plane 28 millimeters, draw your smaller circle, loft between the two circles, then you run your hole through it. I don't think I'm going to do it. This is a lot of fun. I'll look for some other sample parts, maybe something a little bit more complicated. Just drawing off of a print like this was fun for a change. So hope you enjoyed it.